Hey there, welcome to another episode of Mondane Designs. I'm your host Mondane. This video is part of my pickups series. Yeah, I know. And today we're going to be talking about a piece of hardware that I just picked up. So, a lot of you may know that I love computers and that I have quite a bit of them in my house. In fact, I have so many of them that, well, I think my wife would be upset if she ever found out that I brought home another computer. Unfortunately, that's kind of what I did. Don't tell her. I guess we can just start at the beginning of the story. I had just come back from a little bit of a vacation, and I'll tell you about that vacation in my next video. But I'd come back from my vacation, I was getting back into the groove at work, getting used to doing all of those things again and catching up on some of the work that I had missed because I was on vacation. And so I just hopped onto Facebook Marketplace when I was taking a short break. And I saw a device. And I was like, okay, this is kind of something I've been looking at and been interested in for a little while, and yeah, why not? And the guy wanted $500 for it. I was like, no, I'm not paying $500 for that. So I offered him $300, and he said okay. So we met up. He was very above board, showed me everything that came with it and stuff. And I was very above board, and I let him follow me to an ATM so that he saw that the cash I was handing him was from the ATM. And I just didn't want to be accused of anything. So it was like everything was above board, which was great. Got the item, threw it in the truck, and came home and immediately started ordering things to add to it to make it mine. That's one of my favorite things to do when I get a new item is, let's see what we can do to it, what we can add to it, what we can modify it with, so that it is more personalized to me. And that's exactly what I did. And it was just a lot of fun to be able to take something like this and personalize it. When I say it's another computer, it's not another tower, it's not a shoebox computer, it's not a puck, like one of those little things. You know, it's not a Raspberry Pi. I've already got one of those, or any of the other single board computers out there. I will say that it came at an absolute great time because sadly, my Nintendo Switch fan has died. And now I've ordered a replacement part, and I'm going to swap it out, and hopefully my Nintendo Switch that my wife bought for me as a gift can be restored and fixed and stuff. If not, I guess I'm gonna have to try to find someone that will do the repair, because I'm not trading in that Switch. No, it is a gift from my wife, and I am attached to it. But back to the other thing. I got this thing and I immediately started ordering parts. I ordered more storage. I ordered glass protector and all of this other, yeah, it has a screen, so that's another hint. I wonder how many of you have actually guessed what I picked up. Some of you may know. If you can guess what I picked up, leave it down in the comments below. Just go ahead and do it right now. Again, got this for $300. It was an absolute steal. Turns out that the guy that was selling it is about to go to the Navy, and he is trying to lighten his load. He's trying to shrink his possessions in his life just because he doesn't have room. He does not have room to take all of this stuff with him to the Navy. In fact, you get to take very little things with the Navy and any kind of military service, but most of you may know that. You know, I picked it up, I've brought it home, I've customized it quite a bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and get over to the overhead camera that I've got set up, and we'll show you what I picked up and what I've done with it and stuff. All right, here we go. So the big thing that I'm absolutely excited about having for just myself, honestly, is this. That's right. I got a Steam Deck. Not only any Steam Deck, This is the OLED, and it has a 0.5 terabyte hard drive in it, or well, the SSD. So yes, it's not the largest one, but I think it's great. I am a PC player as well. I basically, if it plays games, I play on it. I even have Final Fantasy Tactics, War of the Lions on my cell phone. It's really a lot of fun. I like all of the haptic feedback and stuff on it. And of course, yes, you can see I've installed Emulation Station. It's just kind of nice to be able to have games on the go. Now, when I said that I had to make the thing mine, I will get to that actually in a moment. But so it came with the Steam Deck. Sorry about the glare. So I guess we'll use the next thing that came with it to get rid of the glare. It came with the official Steam dock. And we'll just set this back here. It came with the travel case and not one, but 2 of these USB-C power supplies that are rated for the Steam Deck. Well, kind of rated for the Steam Deck. If you know, you know, this thing is a little bit on the power hungry side. So because of that, I went to my local thrift store and I got this. This is actually a USB-C laptop plug. And the reason I got it is because it works with the Steam Deck, more specifically the dock, in supplying enough power to power the dock and everything it does and fully charge the Steam Deck while using it. This guy is a 65 watt USB-C laptop charger. Like I said, I found it at my local thrift store just because they're really good at finding stuff like this and getting stuff like this. So I just went there and spent like $3, and that's what I got. Now, I said that I expanded the memory, and if you can see, there's an SD card right in there. Pop it out. This is the Samsung 512 EVO. It's probably one of the higher rated cards for Steam Decks. And yes, I've taken a Sharpie to mine right across here and across the top and stuff because I didn't want this blue showing through the port here. So just fit that right back down in there. And that's the first customizable thing I've done. The other thing is, you might be able to tell, I put a glass on here. I put a protective glass on here because it's just the smart thing to do. Replacing the actual screen in this device is probably very expensive. I haven't even looked it up because I'm not interested in doing that. And then one of the last things I got was this. And I know this looks like another carrying case that's way too small for the Switch and way too small for, well, maybe not too small for the Switch, but it's too small for the Steam Deck. This is a stand that I modified. And the way I modified it is I cut 2 holes in the bottom so that I can pull it and it notches. And instead of sitting, let's see, this way for a phone, you can put a Steam Deck back here, and because the notches are there, this won't move. So that is my travel stand. And then there's a USB A to C. But the really cool things are the Bluetooth mouse and the Bluetooth keyboard. So now I have a mouse and keyboard set up for desktop mode and any mouse and keyboard supported games for my Steam Deck. And this guy folds out quite beautifully. I was very impressed. And I know that it looks like it bows and everything, but actually it's got these little things back here that just flip up so that the keyboard stays actually level. And you can kind of see where they did a really good job of laying out the keyboard so that it folds. And I have a 10 key. If you know me, you know I have to have my 10 key. It's just a personal preference, but this is a very low profile mouse. It is USB-C rechargeable. So is the keyboard. Both of these devices can connect up to three Bluetooth connections. So I can use this on my phone if I put my phone in DeX mode and need to be able to do stuff like for work or anything like that, which I have done in the past. But yeah, I've got a really nice Steam Deck and portable PC setup. And again, like, I didn't really spend a whole lot of money. I spent like $7 on the glass, $3 on the additional power supply, $300 on the Steam Deck, the dock and the case and the two power supplies. And I want to say I spent like around $40 for the ProtoArch keyboard and mouse setup. So all in all, I'm pretty good. I think I spent like $40 on the SD card as well. But all in all, for what I'm doing and what I've got, this is actually working out pretty well for me. It allows me to basically play any of my Steam games anywhere I want without having to lug around a laptop. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, a laptop's so much easier to work with and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, yes and no. I don't want to carry a laptop with me. They tend to be heavy. They attract way too much attention. Steam Decks attract a whole lot less attention in public places. And that's what this is mainly for, is just to play in public places and stuff and be able to get as much gaming in as I can possibly get done.
And that's it for this episode of Mondane Designs. I'm your host, Mondane, and I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it. I have videos on the 1st and 15th of every month, and I look forward to sharing them with you. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.